Well, and some more good news. I want to just move on and talk about Boeing. Boeing resumes 737 MAX production. This straight from Boeing.mediaroom.com, right off their own website. In Renton, Washington, on May 27th of 2020, Boeing has resumed production of the 737 MAX at the company's Renton factory. The 737 program began building airplanes at a low rate as it implements more than a dozen initiatives focused on enhancing workplace safety and product quality. We've been on a continuous journey to evolve our production system and make it even stronger, said Walt Odisho, Vice President and General Manager of the 737 program. These initiatives are the next step in creating an optimal build environment for the 737 MAX. During the temporary suspension of production that began in January, mechanics and engineers collaborated to refine the standardized work packages in each position of the factory. New knitting processes will also ensure that employees have everything they need at their fingerprints to build the airplane. So that's great news. Now, I have not heard a thing about if they've fixed the MCAS system. I know they had software updates that they were talking about before the coronavirus took over every aspect of our lives in the news that we have on television. And I haven't heard a thing about recertification or approval for release. So this could be a quiet way that Boeing comes back to the market. And I'd be very interested to hear more about this here in the near future.
Yeah, me too. Obviously I fly the 737. With everything that's been going on in the industry and outside of the industry, that whole MAX stuff has kind of been, drowned out by the news. So anything, and I know that before everything happened in March, they were really close to getting that thing really recertified. So I just hope that they're ready to go, because that's a great flying airplane, great flying airplane. I flew it a couple times, and hopefully that thing's ready to go, and the timing of it, is perfect when we need planes and we start ramping up our schedule. We can start getting those Maxes back online. That'd be awesome.
It still seems a little odd, because they were building planes for 10 months or 8 months or something after they got grounded. So there must be a whole backlog of them just sitting on the ground somewhere, and then start building.
It seems
a little odd.
They're parked in the employee parking lot.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're in Washington. Boeing has a better idea about what they need to do now, but they must have 100 of them sitting on ramps like you guys were just talking about.
It is incredible when you drive by the facility up there. Have you been to Seattle lately, Tony?
No, I haven't. Portland was the last trip I took that was even close. So no, I haven't.
Yeah, it's been a couple months since I have, and when you drive by the facility, they're everywhere. It looks like a new airplane sales lot. There's all different tail liveries, and
who's going to be taking delivery of all these airplanes?
And a lot of those orders were canceled as well. So
there was a lot canceled.
Yeah.
But
American,
but a lot of, I don't even know the whole business aspect of these things, but a lot of companies will accept the order, or place the order, and then they'll sell the order to other companies, and that's how they make money on them. But I bet you this is going to be one of those scenarios, because of everything that's happened, where you're going to get buy one Max and get the second one free.
A twofer.
a BOGO on the 737 Max.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm looking at Google Maps over here, and even Google Maps has been updated, because there's a lot of brand new airplanes that haven't been painted yet. They're on the ramp, and I'm like, there's a lot.
Everywhere,
I'm
man.
Counting them, but there's a lot. This is crazy.
Yep.
So well, good for them. I really do hope. Boeing's a wonderful manufacturer, and I hope they come back stronger than ever. So
we need them to survive, because it's an American company, man, and they build good airliners, and their defense division is amazing.
Yeah.
Hopefully just with a little bit more wisdom this time. A little more
Yeah.
wisdom, a little more foresight.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully, they've got their management, upper level straightened out so that this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, and hopefully they come back even stronger. And, I think
Exactly.
that would be the best. That might be the best scenario that could have been.
Yep.
The one good thing that's come out of all of this is that I haven't heard a single pilot get in my face and go, "If it ain't Boeing, I'm not going."
Yeah, we don't hear that too much anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of it's because a lot of these guys have been forced to fly Airbuses too, and now they're like, "Wow, that's a pretty nice airplane."
Yeah, they fly an Airbus and they go, "Oh, that was easy."
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. There's an up button. There's a down button.
Yeah, my favorite. Larson's one of my favorite animators. I think he has a cartoon out there, and it shows the Boeing cockpit. It's got like 100 million freaking clock dials and gauges, and then you see the Airbus cockpit, and it's got a screen, and it's got up, down.
And, well, hey, now that you're talking about it, did you guys watch the SpaceX launch? Were you guys amazed at the cockpit of that capsule?
Yeah,
all touch screens.
Have you seen the meme? There's like the first space capsule, and then the space shuttle, and then now the SpaceX, and it's
amazing the transformation.
Like MD-80 versus a
exactly. I mean, these guys are walking out in these cool space suits. What was it? Doug and Bob? What was it? Dave and Bob? Dave
Whatever.
And Doug?
Yeah, they're friends since
they're
their
talking,
birth.
calling them first names, and I'm like, this is so cool, man.
Yeah.
And,
well, Elon's done a good job. I say, go
Absolutely.
Iron Man, go Iron Man.
Yep.
And hopefully this will continue in SpaceX. And now the next step is going to the moon.
Yeah.
I heard they're looking for pilots.
Yeah. Well, I might be available at October 1st.
I like stuff that flies. I can fly your ship, your rocket.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for sitting down with me today and talking about everything that's going on this journey in aviation. I do have some good news. Last weekend, I was actually home, and the family and I decided we were going to go for a drive and have a picnic at the park and practice our social distancing. And we tried to see the Blue Angels and Thunderbird flyover that was happening in our area. Unfortunately, we were about 4 miles away from their path because at the last second found out that they delayed their departure by about 20 minutes, and they took a different flight path than was published on the information we had from the internet. So for whatever reason, they took a different path, and we ended up at a park with a bunch of people, and we were like, oh, there it goes over there in the distance. So on the way back, my wife goes, well, you got all your Squawk Ident promotional stuff in the trunk. Why don't we go buy some flight schools? And I was like, oh, awesome. Let's go. So we ended up going to a couple of the airports here in Southern California and walking into a couple flight schools, and,
cool.
Walked in, and I was renewed in my love of general aviation. It's been a long time since I've set foot on the tarmac of a small airport and watched people doing pre-flights on Cessnas and on Pipers, and I got to speak with some amazing people, some great flight instructors here in the Southern California area, and heard some positive news about general aviation. As a matter of fact, one of the flight schools said they have a wait list, because what's happening is, since the college campuses in the area have been shut down, normally the aviation programs, they have like very limited, once maybe twice a week would a student go up with an instructor, because they were juggling all the other schoolwork issues. And now people are doubling down, and they're flying 2-3 times, 4 times a week, and doubling up on their lessons. And so hopefully we'll see an increase in qualified aviators that are interested in pursuing this field in aviation, and over the course of the next few years have plenty of pilots to choose from.
Well, that's awesome.
So yeah, great news. I really enjoyed meeting some wonderful people. And
anybody offer to take you up?
No, not yet. But I'm telling you, like, it's almost like getting bit by the bug again. I mean, I thought, I go to work, I show up in my uniform, I day in, day out, I kind of do the same thing. Taking off at 189,000 pounds and wondering, maybe I should just go rent a Cessna for the day and putz around.
You'd probably find out that those Cessnas would be probably pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be.
You know, doing
Down
a forward
low.
slip. You know, heck yeah.
Yeah. You know, 1,500 feet above the
Turns
ground.
around a point, baby.
You may
yeah.
just scare yourself too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I was like,
That
wait,
would be-
where's the autopilot on this thing?
That's for sure.
Or
You're
the
a
flight
craft.
director.
Wait,
Flight director?
what's that?
that?
Is that
So,
the guy
you
that's in
know.
the tower?
Yeah, right. So, you know,
What?
No, I'm not going to say that story. I'll save that story for the next time.
But you were kind of making fun of me about the boat. You guys know what BOAT stands for?
No, what does BOAT stand for?
Break out another 1,000.
Heyo!
It's true, man.
Single-handedly, Rob's trying to keep the economy going here. We
Absolutely,
appreciate
dude.
it.
That stimulus check I got from the government it's being put to good use.
Many times over.
Yeah. Exactly.
Looking for it.
Took his stimulus check, his wife's stimulus check.
I didn't get
all
a
his
check though.
kids.
Did you get a check? I got a debit card.
I got
just had
direct
a direct
deposit.
deposit.
Yeah.
Yours was, man.
Yeah.
Mine was a
And are we
debit
getting
card.
another one? Did I understand that correctly? That a new
I think I got
pass?
the other one.
It
I think I
sounds
got
like
the
they're
another one.
Probably going to do a second one, but that one hasn't been signed into into law or agreed on yet.
I didn't get very much though. I got like $270 or something.
You make too much
Wait.
money because you're looking for boats.
I bought a boat.
Yeah,
I'm the right one.
I'm really rich.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just really stupid. That's what.
Some people trying to hang on their job, Rob. He's just trying to find the right boat.
You know, let me give you
man.
some advice, Rob. If it floats, flies, or fornicates, I'm just saying
Just rent it, right?
That was the PG version.
that is the PG version. Yes.
I.
Hey,
Rent, don't buy.
Yep.
rent, don't buy.
Was
Oh man.
I think that might have been some wisdom from
Yeah,
an
but
old flight school owner.
Yeah, I believe that
First time
was
I heard
one of the
that.
T's.
yeah, I think that was
that
the
was-
T1.
Yeah.
I think I probably heard it from T2. But I
Yeah.
think that was the first time I'd ever heard it. But there's actually kind of a lot of wisdom in that. In truth,
Freaking lootly, man. Absolutely. Just saying.
And he would say it without a smile too, so you didn't know if he was serious. You're like,
You know, I
He
just gotta
was
tell you,
serious.
the first.